Let's go. Come on, Brooks, back to it. Come on, play the game.
Poor man's Johnny Depp starred in Jericho.
Skeet Ulrich.
UN Secretary General, 92 to 96.
Oh, Boutros Ghali.
This guy, he hated kids in Jurassic Park.
Sam Neill.
Dubstep DJ looks like Corey Feldman.
Skrillex. If you need game night ideas with friends or your kids, keep uttering, "I'm bored," and you want to swap screen time for some actual family FaceTime? Well, we have that ultimate fix for you. We've got Stephen Callaghan of House Rules Games. He is here to show us some new games that will help your family and friends unplug while staying plugged in. Welcome and good morning to you.
Thanks for having me. Good morning, Texas.
There we go. Okay, don't take my job now. All right. Now, how are things in the board game world? What are they looking like? Does space still exist for those traditional ones that we love so much?
Yeah, traditional board games are still here.
Okay.
We sell a lot of traditional games in our store. Monopoly, Uno, things you expect.
All the go-tos, right?
All the go-tos, yes.
But you brought a smorgasbord of things I've never seen actually before. And so let's get into it a little bit. What are you seeing as far as trends go for the board games?
So I think something that's happening in the board game world that most people aren't going to be familiar with is cooperative games.
Okay.
Most people familiar with traditional games are
Right.
going to be used to competing.
Yes.
Yes, we hear
I
that
like
a
to
lot.
win.
We like to win.
We do.
Everybody loves to win. But sometimes things can get a little
Yeah,
contentious. And
you're
so
right.
modern board games have expanded the idea of cooperative games.
Okay.
And I brought some to show you. So did you grow up playing hearts or spades?
Spades.
Spades.
Spades, but I was bad, and they always
That's okay.
yelled at me and booed me from the table, so, you know.
So spades is what we call a trick-taking game, if
Yeah.
you've ever heard the phrase. You play a trick, you take the cards if you win. Trick-taking, okay. These here are trick-taking games. Should I pick them up?
No.
For camera? No?
They'll,
Oh my God, I'll
they'll
put
do
them
the
right down.
overhead. Look, he's like, let me not touch them. Give him a little
All right,
camera.
These are trick-taking games, and I brought these because I personally love Lord of the Rings, of course.
Okay, so it's got a little theme.
It's got a little theme. Yes, exactly.
that.
So this is obviously Fellowship first, Two Towers, and you might be thinking, where's Return of the King? Well, it hasn't released yet, okay?
Hey, so it's still something to look forward to.
Yeah, thematically, we have to await the return of the king. Yes, anyways. So this is a cooperative trick-taking game, right? So you'll play as the characters from the books and the films, and you'll have missions to achieve. So you need to win the Three of Mountains, for example.
Interesting.
Right? So it's very cool. A lot of people have familiarity with that format of gaming. A lot of people grew up playing traditional card games like that, and there are new ways to play.
Okay, but this is a way where everybody kind of gets
Everybody
to
works
win.
together.
Yes.
Well, it's like
okay.
spades when you play with partners, or even bridge.
True.
You play with a partner, but instead of being
Fair.
against other partners, you just all are working together against the
For
game.
collective, I get it. Okay, let's get into two-player games. It's date night,
It's
or
date
maybe
night.
we just don't have a lot of friends and we like to keep our circle close. What are we thinking?
So I brought Agent Avenue. This released last summer, and has been one of our best only two-player games since then.
Nice.
A lot of people come into the shop and they say, and they feel almost meek, like with their hat in their hand, like we just need a two-player game. Like, is
they're
that
embarrassed.
they're embarrassed?
Why?
I don't know. I have dedicated an entire table, an entire display in my store to only two-player games.
I love this.
And there's huge demand for it. And so I brought Agent Avenue, as I say, it's the newest one. It's quick, it's 10,
so
15 minutes to
popular.
play. It's really, really popular, which is great.
We
love that.
Okay, what about the games that kind of meet in the middle almost?
Meet in the middle. So I've set up Harmonies here. This is my personal copy of Harmonies.
Is it? You brought this from home?
I brought this from. I was walking out the door this morning and I turned around. I almost forgot it. And I looked at my wife. I said,
this.
"You gotta give me Harmonies." And so this is my personal copy. But this is kind of a puzzly thing where you're building a little ecosystem with these
Interesting.
tiles. So the blue is a river. The yellow is a field. The green is a tree. Trees want to be tall. You get more points for doing that.
Oh, look
Rivers
at
want to be
that.
long. Right? And I set it up as if you and I were playing, and this is the middle of a game.
This is my tree.
That's
That
your
one's
tree.
yours.
Good job. You've done a great job. It looks like you're winning. Anyways,
I love
Harmonies
it.
is great. It's 2 to 4 players. It's probably about a 30 to 45-minute play. Good for families, good for kids, good for a day night. Huh? You can play that with two players.
That's great for the kids because
Great
they
for
might
kids.
get a little antsy and want to be ready to wrap it up. What do
Yeah.
we got over here for family night as well?
This is the kid. This is the kid who wants to go crazy and scream and yell, or perhaps we are drinking and want to scream and yell.
want to do that.
It is funny. The kids' game often work as drunk adult games as well.
You're so right.
I'm so right. I know, I'm a pro. This is Magical Athlete, and this is like Candyland went to clown school and got into illicit drugs that I'm not allowed to talk about on air.
No, they
Okay.
get it at home.
Yeah,
They're real.
They're real. Okay, so basically, it's just like Candyland in that you roll these dice and move.
Oh, okay. Here
As
we
much
go.
as you move. Go ahead. You
Ooh,
move forward,
a 4.
right? And now you will have picked one of these racers, okay, to play the game. And look, there's a whole bag full of
You get to pick whatever you want to be.
unique racers. Yes, and
Ooh,
they
I
all
like
come with
this
their
one.
unique little sculpts, not sculpts, but like wooden meeples. That's what we call them, meeples.
These are such good ideas. You were just talking about illicit drugs and, drinking and all the things.
I was.
And, we might as well come over here to the drinking games.
Right.
What do we got here?
Why are you like this? So this is from the team that brought us Exploding Kittens, which you might have seen at Target. It's super popular. Okay, so this is a newer one from them, and it's basically like a taboo, a charades. It's a party game. You break into teams. You give clues. But in Why Are You Like This, you will have very silly restrictions.
Yeah.
For example, you can talk, you can draw, or you can gesture to give your team the clues. But for example, on the back here, you can draw, but your forehead has to be touching the table.
Interesting.
Right? You can gesture, but you have to be spinning around in a circle while you gesture. That's it, right?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why did you open a game store? I feel like I already know the answer just off of your aura, but tell us anyway.
I got into it for the money.
Totally. Totally.
No. I love board games, as you can probably tell. I love board games, and we've been open for about 5 years now. And if you can do the math at home, it was about COVID era when I was super into board games. I knew a ton about it, and I was doing sales. I was like, why don't I just sell something that I'm really into and I can sell all day?
And here you are. You're doing it.
And here we
indeed.
are on the news.
You're on the news.
I'm on the news
You
selling
have
board
made
games.
it. Indeed. All right,
Yeah.
you guys, if you're seeing a game that you like, check it out, especially before summer is over. But into fall and beyond, House Rules Games is in Bishop Arts or online at houserulesboardgames.com.